Look, I've got a big problem with you, and so does everybody in your life.
Okay.
Your voicemail message
Oh, so bad.
is the worst voicemail message I've ever heard in my life. And every time I call you and you don't answer, it makes me angry. Not because you didn't answer, but because I have to listen to the voicemail.
Yeah.
It upsets me so much.
A bit of fun.
Do you know this?
Oh, yeah. I did it on purpose. I recorded it. And by the way, it's a huge problem. It's becoming a massive issue in my personal life and professional life.
Must be pissing off everybody.
Absolutely.
Because I know you and I've heard it so many times and it's been like this for years.
We've been applying for houses with real estate
No
recently.
wonder you're getting rejected.
We got rejected 5 times.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the 4th rejection that I realized it was 100% because of my voicemail.
Yeah, your voicemail is the worst. And what I'm going to do...
I've put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so it should go straight to voicemail. Before you listen, I don't like doing 2 takes. I'm a 1-take man.
Yeah.
And I changed phone providers on tour, and I'm a busy guy.
Yeah.
And it said, would you like to record it now? And I was like, well, not really. So I just did 1 take.
Yeah.
And I remember giggling at the end, thinking it was a good one at the time, forgot about it.
It's the worst,
Okay.
and I'm going to tell you why.
I
all right?
actually haven't heard it.
I'm going to call...
Since
You've
I
never
did it.
heard it.
No.
Mate, listen to this.
Does it just go straight to voicemail?
Hey, it's Luke. Yeah, you can leave a message if you want. I'm probably not going to check it. Yeah, but I might. So anyway, cool. Sorry.
That's so... Fuck you! Change it!
So unprofessional.
So bad for so many reasons, right?
Dude, I have people here. That's like my business phone.
Yeah. Listen to this is the worst bit.
Hey,
man, what's up?
Luke.
Oh, he hasn't fucking answered the
That
phone.
happened to my brother yesterday.
Yeah.
I go, hey, and he goes, didn't say anything. I go, what?
It's the worst.
And he goes, I thought it was your voicemail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to change
It's
that.
terrible. Fuck you. Change it.
Yeah,
There
okay,
you go. That's
okay,
2
two's
messages for you.
excessive.
No, it's 2's very warranted.
Well, here's the thing. I don't check it. And it's, I'd say I'm not going to.
How about I'll show you
I
a
reckon I
true...
have 60, you know, you had a bunch of unread texts.
Yeah.
I reckon I have about 60 voicemails on there, but
Yeah.
you can't delete them all. You have to play them all through.
Manually, it's the worst.
We should do a podcast where I just leave my phone on Patreon.
Yeah.
And we just listen to my fucking voicemail. I reckon it'll go for an hour.
Yeah, let's do that. All right, Patreon episode. We're going to listen to all of Luke's voicemail messages, one by one.
It's just
And
gonna be
if
my
something
dad
gets-
like, hey mate, hope can you please change your voicemail?
Yeah,
It's bad.
Might get a bit personal. That's why it's
I
behind the
did have a
paywall.
few complaints early,
Yeah.
but I was still in the phase where I was fresh and a
Yeah.
bit fun.
Yeah,
And I've since realized it absolutely needs to be changed.
yeah, for sure.
Well, it's very opposite situation happening to the people I'm working with on my tour. Because Lewis, you'll be very, very pleased and proud of me that I've joined you in the club. I, ladies and gentlemen, have been officially banned from Airbnb.
What? Have you been banned? Oh, I heard about what happened. I didn't even been banned.
I'm done, dude.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Banned
Thank
from
you.
Airbnb.
Mine was due to a criminal offence occurring.
Oh, that's very nice. See, mine was just from repeatedly placing furniture in places they weren't supposed to go. But I've never gone as far as to commit a criminal offence. Well done, mate. You've one up me. I might have to kill someone in my next Airbnb.
I did not. I was not the culprit.
Yeah.
I am not to blame. I was merely an accomplice to the crime, in the sense that I was sleeping while the crime occurred and got woken up at 3 a.m. very confused, and within 20 minutes we had been evicted and were on the street. So
evicted when you're touring it's not like evicted and you go, oh, that's right, I've got my suitcase with me. Evicted is like camera gear, merch,
It's
multiple
everything.
team members, everything.
So I was staying on Cavill Avenue on the Gold Coast, which is
There's your first mistake.
arguably the worst place in Australia.
Yeah.
Right? And just to give you some perspective for those who may be international or aren't familiar with it, I saw a homeless man try to fight a Lamborghini that was parked.
Yeah. There's no one in it.
No one in it.
That's great.
So then it gets to, this was last night, the night before so we've just done 2 shows on the Gold Coast. I'm wrecked. I've met heaps of people. It's late. It's like 1 a.m. I go to the guy, Sammy, who's opening for me, fellow comedian, great bloke.
Mm-hmm.
He's 19. Right?
Well, great bloke until.
Right. Yeah. Fuck, dude, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 a.m. I go, dude, just go to bed. Like, we're going to be up tomorrow. We're doing 1,000 people tomorrow in Brisbane, 2 more shows. I was fucked. We'd already also done 2 shows the night before that. I'm just exhausted at this point. I just go to bed. I'm out. And he's like, yeah, I'll go to bed soon. I'm just going to sit out on the balcony for a bit. I was like, cool. He bursts into our room at 3 a.m. And all like, you know, when you wake up and just shit's happening and you're like, I woke up and I was like, what? And he's just he's in the room. Like Meg and I are sleeping. He just bursts into the room and he goes, there's someone knocking. I've done a bad thing.
Oh no, that's the worst shit to hear.
And I go, what? It's like 3 a.m. or maybe like 3:30 or something. And I go, what have you done? And he goes, they're knocking. Should I go to the door? It's because of me. And I go, what did you do? But then he just runs out, opens the door. There's like 2 security guards at our door. And they're just like, hey guys, we're about to call the police. You're about to be evicted. Collect all your things. Blah, blah, blah. And Meg and I get up like, what's going on? What has he done? Like, because we just feel like parents, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what's he done? And then they're like, he was pouring water over the balcony on people's heads walking down.
Wait, by himself?
By himself on the balcony.
No.
And I go to him like, you know, this is like afterwards. The next day I was like, hang on, so explain what's happening. Because in the time I was just furious. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And we had to pack up everything. We had 15 minutes. Otherwise they were going to call the cops and he was going to be charged, right? Because it's illegal to throw things off the balcony, right?
Good law.
Yeah, and fair enough, right? But then also the guy had such a shitty argument. Saying just to throw things, but the guy was like, mate, I swear to God, the security guard was like, mate, those drops could have killed people. And I go, it's raining. It was raining at the time. Yeah. Like slightly. It was raining earlier that night, right? And
I think that Sammy's a bit of a fan of us, isn't he? Like before he started stand-up. I think
he's listened to the podcast.
Yeah, look, I don't want to completely absolve him of responsibility, but I think that this is entirely our fault.
Yeah, can you?
I think he's taken a...
Because Lewis is coming through,
Yeah, I think that Sammy may have taken a lot of inspiration from maybe every story we've told about touring together.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, there was the spaghetti on the roof incident. There was the fern in the fridge.
Yeah,
we haven't set a good example. I'm not. That's the thing. I wasn't one to. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry. I was just disappointed.
That you didn't get to also join in on the chaos.
It sounded fun. So the next morning I go, so what did you do? Like, do you just do it once and then they caught you and came up? And he goes, oh no, I was doing it for 10 to 15 minutes.
Wait, by himself? That's the strangest part about it, is he was just doing it by himself. That means he probably did it for so long that someone must have complained.
Well, yeah, he goes, then the security guard's like, the people have video of him doing it. And then Sammy shows me, he goes, oh yeah, I was filming the people filming me. And then he shows me this screenshot the next morning of these people looking up at the building and he's looking over, taking a photo of them. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, dude, that was just so funny. Like I was pouring water on them. And I was like, it was 3 a.m., go to bed.
Nah, that's fucking funny. I really like that. And I especially like that because he wasn't paying for the room, you were.
Well, we had to check out the next morning, so I wasn't that worried about it. But lucky we had a place to crash. I knew a guy I was like, this guy's usually up at like 5 a.m. I'll text him, and then we crashed at his house. Thank God.
So now you've been banned from Airbnb.
Yeah. Well, they've reported. Oh yeah, dude, we got evicted because
that's awesome.
They probably it would be the same thing like if you were actually throwing projectiles over the balcony. Which obviously like none of us on this show would have ever done.
No, we've never done that. And any stories told about
fine.
Yeah, and any stories told about that, especially of maybe a guy lived by himself in an apartment in Frankston launching cans and potatoes out of their window. That's all satire and performance. Then that would never happen in real life.
But it couldn't be me because I live in Hobart now.
Yeah, it couldn't be us. We're Tassie residents. I mean, that's just typical mainlander shit. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why we don't want any of these mainlanders coming to Tasmania and ruining it. Fuck off.
Yeah.
We're full.
Yeah, full of your sister's cum in your mouth. Yes, Tasmanian jokes. We can do them now. Woo!
Now, Luke, this brings me to probably the next question. Is I'm actually doing Gold Coast and Brisbane next. You've been banned from Airbnb? Has Sammy been banned from opening for us? That's the question.
No, not at all. He crushed it the next night. I thought it was funny the next morning. Like it took a bit. Dude, the silence in the car.
He would have felt so guilty. This is like, oh no, I've blown it.
His girlfriend messaged me and apologized. Like, I'm so sorry about him.
Which
like,
that means that, he called her and was like, babe, I fucked up big time. Luke's really angry.
He was like, dude, this is such a cool opportunity. Like, he's like 19. He's, a few years into comedy. He's like, he did the biggest show he's ever done in his career last night. And I think at one point in that car trip, he was like, he's not going to let me open tonight.
It's over.
I thought it was funny by the end. The next morning, it was that bit where I was like, I was fucking so angry. I was just angry because I was tired and I really needed sleep because it was like some of the biggest shows of the tour the next night. And I'm off 1 hour's sleep at this point. And the night before that, I was running off 5 hours sleep. So I'm just like a train wreck. Then I had like 7 hours sleep and we slept until midday. And after that, we're driving down the freeway. It's completely silent. And I just start howling laughing. I was just like, what the fuck were you thinking?
What an idiot.
And we all just started dying, fucking laughing, going like, it's funny now, but funny at the time.
Well,
the security guard was watching us pack up everything. Yeah. He's like, you've got 15 minutes to leave. Like, we're cleaning the sink. I'm putting away the ironing board. Like, he's just like, get the fuck out.
They have no tolerance for bullshit on the Gold Coast.
It was so funny though. Like, he was just like, because it like wasn't me or whatever. Meg was so angry. Like, he goes, you got 15 minutes. Otherwise I'm calling the police. And Meg's like, just call them now. We're not going to be able to pack up in 15 minutes. Like, who gives a shit? Yeah. Like, so we just like full on bluffed the guy, and then the guy pretended to call the police.
Oh,
and I was just like, dude, your walkie-talkie's not even on, bro.
Also, what you should have done is gone, all right, call the police. I didn't commit a crime. You're not going to get arrested for what Sammy did. I would have just gone, nah, that's fine. Call him. Get him out of here. He's not even supposed to be here.
I'll be like, who is this guy? I don't know him. He must have broken in.
That's really great. I think what I'll do is Sammy can open for me, right? But we're going to be booking the hotel in his name.
Yeah. No, I reckon that's a good trade-off. It's a good compromise.
And then I'll be throwing shit off the balcony.
Just performing to rich old bogans who are ungrateful to be presented with my brilliant comedy is so annoying. And it's happened a couple times. They're all the same people, and they don't realize that they're being the worst, which is the most annoying part.
Most of these gigs have been amazing. Whenever it's some of them have been young people, and they've been great. When it's like older Gold Coast bogans, they are. I don't know if I'd call they're rude, but they don't realize they're being rude. I think they're also just really slow.
Yeah, I was like just trying to I'm emceeing the gig, right? Which means I'm hosting it. It's my job.
The most important part of emceeing is to make sure the audience has a nice time. It's not even really to be funny. It's just to make sure the show moves smoothly, and most importantly, to make them like you, to be likable.
And how did you think I went?
Well, at the gig we're speaking of, you went up and you said hello.
Yes,
that's good.
Thank you. Great start.
You started doing some jokes. Mm-hmm. Good.
Thank you.
They weren't really listening, but that's okay. You can still win them over. It's just the start of the show. You just got to get them ready for the show to begin. And then about a minute into your show, you said, "Fuck you all." And I think that's where you lost them for the entire show.
You know why?
Yeah.
It's because I meant it. I really did. It was so sincere. I said, fuck you all. Not in like, fuck you all. I went, fuck all of you.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Yeah. And you could just tell from your face, your energy, everyone in the room, all of the punters, even though they didn't know who you are, they knew exactly what you meant, and it was fuck all of you.
Yep. But before that, this is what I did. The leading up to the fuck you all,
they were being very rude.
They were, not only were they half of them talking and stuff, whatever. Look, if a comedian just asks you something like you've come to a comedy night, you've sat in the front row. I wasn't making fun of those people at all. I was like, oh, mate, what do you do with yourself? And you know, those people that are not even willing to participate. And he just went, And he goes, I was like, sorry, what do you do? I thought he was trying to speak.
Yeah.
And I go, sorry, what do you do? He goes, nothing, mate, just nothing. And I go, oh, okay. So I'm like, are you retired? Because he looked older, and I thought that's what he meant. And then I go, you retired? And his mate goes, nah, mate, just tired. And these two blokes go,
your face. That's when you just flip the switch on the rage. I saw it flip.
When they giggled to themselves.
Yeah. Like,
at that.
Good one, mate. You fucked up the comedian's job.
Yeah.
You this guy's trying to entertain us, and you made it difficult for him.
The rest of the crowd just went, oh,
yeah,
fuck, this is going to be the night. It set the tone early because me and 40 other people went, oh.
By the way, these people booked to see comedy.
Yeah.
So, like, don't go to comedy and then go, well, you've got to make me laugh. I'm not doing anything until you entertain me. It's like, dude, it's a give and take thing. Like,
you know what else I was noticing? And again, it was my fault.
Absolutely.
I did
fuck. As much as I'm saying these guys are shit, you absolutely made it worse.
I did. I poo-pooed a already shit situation.
And I don't think I would have done any better.
No, you would have definitely done worse because you wouldn't have smiled afterwards. You would have really ran that situation into the ground.
Yeah.
This is like the most annoying crowd member. So it's a guy at the back. He's rich. He's got a collar on, and he doesn't want to laugh. He's got his arms folded, and a comedian says something, and instead of laughing and just enjoying himself and letting his emotions out as a Queensland man, which they don't do, hold him in. He just goes, "I'll pay that. No, I'll pay that. That was good. No, I'll pay that."
Yeah.
That's not enjoying comedy. That's not even enjoying your life.
Yeah.
If you live your whole life going, I'll pay that, instead of smirking, you suck.
Yeah, like have animal like this, like that guy, you know, as shitty as he is and as angry as he made us, he's gonna explode when he's 60 and jump off a bridge because he's gonna go, oh my god, everything I've ever done I haven't experienced.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
You know, so I like those. Yeah, sitting there and going, nah, I'm not gonna laugh. And then someone says something really funny, everyone else laughs, and you're like, yes, that was good.
But guys like that will come off a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, that was great. Oh, man, what a thrill. We should go again. They'll be like, nah, look, no, I thought I was going to hate that, but I'll pay that.
Yeah.
It's like you can't live life paying things.
I paid that, mate. No, that is really weird because that's entering a scenario going, I probably won't like this. They couldn't make me laugh.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can make all these other people laugh, but not me because I'm more difficult to make laugh because I'm more serious.
He was correct. He wasn't saying that to me.
Yeah.
He didn't pay anything,
he didn't,
I said.
Man, if you were getting paid by that guy, you'd be homeless because he would be withholding wages.
I'd be fucking walking down the street wearing a bikini and a bathrobe.
You'd have to take that guy to court for wage theft. He would not pay you. I'm not paying that.
So you left early, Lewis. When was it? Wednesday or whenever we were last week. And the Misfits boys, who we haven't really talked about for a while, and this is the behind the scenes crew.
Yeah,
the lads who run that. I'm not actually sure what all their names are.
Money Ryan
was there actually at the time,
and then I think the rest of them are referred to as minions.
Yes,
I think is what they're the official.
It's the correct term,
minions.
I think. Yeah. They were here after the Misfits members had left. That they'd finished recording their podcast.
Yeah,
a few of them stayed around.
They're just Money Ryan and the minions.
Yeah,
the peons, the ghouls.
Mitch was here.
Oh yeah, Mitch.
So a few of them stayed around. We were working upstairs. They were downstairs. I think what seems like in our area.
Yeah.
Then we see some smoke coming from there's big glass windows at the top of here in the second level.
Yeah.
And we see smoke coming up from the first floor.
Right.
And someone yells fire. Right?
Screams fire.
Screams like fire.
Oh no.
Fire. And a bit of shit coming from downstairs. I hear like a crash downstairs, like as if someone's like trying to get out of here quicker. Devlin, me and Meg and Keelan are upstairs all working. We hear fire, shit, and like people running, and we see smoke. I got headphones on. All I see is Devlin just go, there's a fire, we need to go now. And Devlin starts freaking out.
Yeah.
I go, what do you mean? Keelan and I, by the way, in the event of an actual fire, geez, not the guys you want in the room. Keelan and I are sitting there going, what? What do you mean? Fire? And Keelan goes, no, it's definitely a meme.
See, you going, oh, Devlin's freaking out. It sounds like to me he was having a reasonable reaction to a fire downstairs when he was upstairs. That's how you die.
So fucking angry at this, by the way. Still is, right? Actually, probably doesn't want us talking about it. He's like, it's so fucking dangerous, which, yeah, right? Because he's like, now there's an actual fire, I'm not going to react. I'm going to die, right?
Yeah.
So they're
we should light one. That'd be a prank.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah,
That's how
you thought it was fake.
So then Devlin's panicking makes Meg panic. She goes, quick, let's go. So they start walking towards the stairs. Keelan goes, all right, grabs his laptop thing. I
grabbed all the hard drives first. That was my priority.
He grabs the hard drives, laptop, and just walks down.
Good. You're the guy that gets everyone killed on the plane.
Dude.
Because when you have to evacuate, he goes, oh, hang on, I'm going to get my hard drives from the...
I grab everything.
Yeah.
I'm slowly, okay, I've got my headphones. I've got my laptop. I have my drink bottle.
That makes me upset.
I'll need that. I'm like, oh, my headphones. And then I went to leave and I go, oh. I walked back. I go, oh, my charger.
You walked.
I walked back.
Walked.
At this stage, I'm like, look, if there is a fire downstairs, it's probably just like the wood or the curtains. We have
the floor.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
This was on fire. Right. You would fall through.
Oh, it had happened too quick. And also there was like 70% of me that's like, this seems like a prank that they would find funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
Oh, okay.
A little bit funny.
It was a tiny amount of funny.
It was a bit of fun.
It was I don't even know if that is a bit of fun. Pretending there's a fire, putting fake smoke in the air, and then screaming fire. Is that
this
fun?
was just to get us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to have a bit of fun, I think.
Does that mean that like Money Ryan's the only way Money Ryan can do a prank is to spend what must have been $3,000 on a dry ice machine?
Yeah, or they had one there and were like,
they were filming an ad.
This will get them.
Oh, okay.
I think they had one there.
Yeah.
They didn't like do this on purpose. I think it was very spontaneous. Like, there's a few people upstairs.
Yeah.
We should make them have a panic attack.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
And then Devlin really did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not happy. And he was, just not amused. It was a bit of a weird vibe.
He went Devlin mode.
It was a lot of us just... Like, it was me and Keelan. Like, Keelan was very like, oh, I knew it was a meme. I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
It was a bit of...
No, I'll admit, a little bit scared by the end.
What was the reveal?
I walked down
the stairs. No, they were just like, oh, it's not real.
Yeah,
it was a bunch of guys that didn't know a lot about comedic timing pretending there was a fire. That's what it really was. If I'm being honest, it was a bit of a misunderstanding about a fire that didn't exist.
Should we maybe pass on some... I mean, I wasn't there.
One critique would
pass
be...
on some feedback to Money Ryan
and
the Minions?
Be funnier. Would be my first and foremost critique.
Can I pass on some feedback to you for that feedback? Be nicer.
No. Don't pretend to
Look at all this stuff.
Yeah, cool. And now one of our employers has fucking PTSD from working here.
Yeah, but he's cheaper than the set.
That's true. The thing that got me was like, are they yelling from outside? Why are they down there if there's a fire?
Well, trying to put it out, I guess.
True. They got then angry at us. Like Ryan came up and was like, good to know there was a fire that you just leave us there. And I was like, I thought you guys would have left too. He's like, you wouldn't help us put it out? I was like, not really.
Also, you checked to see if anyone's all right.
Someone should have come upstairs.
I never even went downstairs. Yeah. I just made it to the staircase and Kill went, they're memeing. And I went, great. So I packed up all my shit and then I left my keys up there.
I reckon a 5.
A 5?
It got us.
Okay.
It was a 5.
When you got downstairs, any laughing? Like, gotcha.
Yeah, their editors thought it was pretty good and Mitch thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So like a 6?
I don't want to sound like a sour sport because I actually thought it was kind of funny at first and then Devlin got really upset that happened to him. So then that really brought down the mood for me. I was like, you're right, that maybe wasn't that cool.
Yeah. Well, so now are we in a prank war with Money Ryan?
Maybe. So I think we have to like pretend to like murder someone and then go, no, we didn't.
It's because it would be if we
like that's kind of like what they find funny.
If we're in a prank war with Money Ryan, it'd be a bit like, America versus Vietnam. Like, be like a bunch of like impoverished villages versus like some multimillionaire superstar.
We're going to have to get pretty creative.
Yeah.
We can't afford dry ice machines.
Really, outside of his front door, really big hole. Down the bottom of the hole, sharpened bamboo sticks covered in human shit.
And then there's a little sign that just says, eat shit.
And then from above, napalm would be his response.
Yeah, let's start this.
Before we do that, we should talk about the note that Hamish left.
Oh yeah, there was one minor note left. I took a picture of it.
I know we've talked a lot on this episode about correspondence between us, and really breaking down.
Yeah, you guys have really trawled over any correspondence we've had with you guys.
we've gone all right. We've got Andy on the show. Let's overthink everything.
Yeah. No, we've always joked about this for years because of this note that he left. At the end of this note, lovely note, he said...
On your final day of radio.
He just signed off the note by saying, the radio world is yours now, look after it. So for years, we've been like, we own it.
So we just wanted to just kind of finish this by just saying that you can come back to radio whenever you like. Yeah. That's cool. But you do have to ask us for permission.
Just run it by us because he kind
we
of
own it.
Yeah, he gave it to us now. And we're not even on radio anymore, but we haven't passed it on to anyone else since, so we still own it.
Isn't that kind of assuming that we owned it?
Yeah, a little bit arrogant.
Just a little bit, yeah.
You know,
he's just straight up ignoring the fact that Hughesy's still on.
Yeah, yeah, all those guys. We the best. You know, I love handwritten notes, and that's really nice to him.
Yeah, it was very lovely.
Luke cried. It was nice.
Oh, it was very lovely. I was really drunk.
He was
it was after a work party, and you were like, it wasn't at the note. It was like, we achieved our dream job of being on radio, and you like hugged me and were like, dude, this is so cool.
It is cool.
Like,
it is.
It wasn't at the note. I wasn't like, we are on radio now.
We got, when Hamish and I stopped it, briefly paused.
I'm so cool. I almost ripped it up and didn't show it.
Exactly.
I didn't care at all.
Light it.
It was very nice.
When we finished, and we did in 2010, like when the show that kind of run before we went and did Gap Year, we did this huge show at.
What's he doing?
Sorry, that's just Ruben doing nothing.
Yeah. How can you do nothing so loudly? Yeah, we did a show at at My Music Bowl.
Yeah.
It was awesome. 10,000 people, 9,000 people, something. And U2 came on. And Bono knighted us on stage, which was like fun. But we thought
fun.
That's a bit of fun.
Yeah. Knighted by Bono. Yeah.
We went back, like that was a pretty awesome day.
Yeah.
Went downstairs afterwards, and in our dressing room was 4 Guinness cans. And a note from U2. Wow. And it just said, the world belongs to 2 guys called Hamish and Andy. That's all it said.
Yeah.
Bono, Edge, Adam, and the other guy. I'm sure he put his full name on, but
so that's crazy. So
now you're in the world.
A slightly smaller world since they gave us radio.
Yeah. So I'm just. Yeah, the world belongs to us.
Radio belongs to us.
You guys
still in the world. Shit.
Yeah, so we must have sublet radio back to you guys, owning the world.
Radio's more airwaves. Yeah. It happens above the world. We use your infrastructure, and we're very grateful. But at the end of the day, radio belongs to us, so you do have to ask permission.
We will, I promise. I promise we will.
And next time I want to buy a house, I'll ask you if it's okay.
Yeah,
great. Thank you. Now, Lewis. Went away on the weekend, some shows in Adelaide. Second time I'd gone on a plane since COVID, but first time I'd really gone with a lot of baggage. Yeah. And we film our shows, and the main camera that we have is quite expensive that we film one of the angles on. So that's when we take to the shows. It has quite a big bag.
Yes.
A carry bag that you purchased a new tour with last year.
Didn't have any issues with it.
I think you would agree. It's quite strap heavy. There's a lot of straps.
Lots of unnecessary straps,
Yeah. It's an American.
A lot of rappers will talk about being strapped.
Yeah.
That camera bag is strapped.
You haven't seen our carry bag for the camera we use at the shows. Yeah. That's strapped up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say unnecessary straps. There's click straps. There's different whatever.
Clicking straps, adjustable straps, elastic straps, every type of strap you can think of.
Yeah, adjustable.
I wouldn't be surprised to find a strap-on attached to it.
No, that would not be ridiculous.
Yeah, because you've been touring with Meg.
Well, and Ruben. So you make up your own mind of what that would be used for.
I wouldn't have chucked Ruben in there.
So speaking of Meg, she goes to me just before we're about to go through checked baggage.
Sorry?
Never mind.
Oh, Meg. I've never done that. Fuck you guys. I've never done that. You can't make that mandatory now.
It's not mandatory. You're just going to get a look if it doesn't happen.
But we will stop the show and not move on. So it's up to you. Yeah. So we're going through the check baggage where you check in, and obviously there's the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And it goes, it scans it, and then it goes back onto the loop, and it gets put down into the wherever it goes in the airport.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mystery once the bag goes through the flap.
Where does it
as
go?
to where it goes, but it always ends up in another state. You're like, great.
I think it's a portal. I think the planes are a scam. They've already figured out portal technology. They port over the baggage because that's cheaper, but they make us pay for the flights.
Potentially. I mean, I have seen my bag being loaded on the plane before, but again,
Also, you think?
maybe the portal's under the plane.
Perhaps.
Anyway, so it goes through just as it's about to go from the weighing conveyor belt to the one behind. One of the straps, one of the many straps, it could have been the strap on, we're not sure, got stuck in the conveyor belt, and all of a sudden, within 30 seconds of beeping, errors, and panic, I've shut down the entire airline. Virgin Airways went under during the pandemic. I almost took them down again.
Oh, no.
Someone bought them out almost for no reason.
With bags like piling up behind it?
And also they were piling up into mine. So suitcase was just going bang, bang. It's going bang, bang. It's just like crashing into there's this pink suitcase just bumping up to it. And as it's kind of getting banged into, one of the straps is getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, it's going. And then eventually they have to shut down the entire baggage carousel in the whole terminal.
Oh, how embarrassing!
Then we hear there's a doo doo doo, and the whole airport. There's this thing of like, we have a baggage error at 187, and we're setting that 187. Like, could you please
would have
come
delayed like 5 flights doing that,
dude. The people started to bank up in the queue.
Oh,
so like everyone else was waiting there I reckon there was 2 flights afterwards maybe of people waiting. And Ruben and Reese and Meg are so embarrassed.
Meg.
Dude, they're so embarrassed at this point, right? They are, and all it would have taken is, and Ruben was like, dude, I'll just get in there. Like all it would have taken is someone to crawl in, quickly unclip it.
Yeah.
Everything would have been moving again.
That is
it's like a safety
open act vibe.
Yeah, and
get in the machine and fix it.
There was this.
What if I die? Hey, you're the
there was a guy running late for his flight.
I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a guy next to me going like, "Can I just get in and fix it?" Like he was so annoyed that we were being delayed, and the people are going, "No, you're not allowed to go in." There's the security guy going, "I'll do it." Like I work for Virgin, and this lady goes, "You will lose your job if you get in there," and it would have just been reaching in, bang. Wasn't really a safety hazard, and then.
Because the conveyors are off.
In the good old days, this wouldn't have even been a problem.
Yeah.
He was furious. And
that guy had 3 fingers.
Yeah, 15 minutes later, this guy goes in from the back. It's such a simple fix, but there is like red error messages. They have to turn off all the touch screens in the terminal so no one can do it.
There are so many there's so many staff around us at this point.
There's like
doing nothing.
4 staff just panicking.
Just making sure that no one fixes the problem.
So then I go to the lady, I go, "Oh, sorry, this probably never happens. I'm so sorry." She goes, No, this happens all the time. And I go, "What?
Build a better conveyor belt.
Why haven't you fixed this?"
Yeah.
As if this does happen all the time, this is a horrible way to run an airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we almost... and our flight did get delayed by about 7
So how did he
minutes.
fix it? Did he just like pull it?
Just some guy came in at the back and went, boop. But it was like a huge thing. It was over the PA system in the airport. There was beeping, errors. There was a lot of red screens everywhere. There was people yelling at other people. And I'm just standing in the middle of it, filming it for my vlog.
Yeah, that's good.
It's like an asshole.
Yeah, that is great. Hey, guy, look at the problem I caused.
Yes.
Look at this. All right, David Dobrik.
Yeah. Literally, I was like, this lady was like, what's the problem? And I just yell out, like, I'm 100% responsible for this. Ruben's getting really embarrassed.
What about other fetish bits?
We'll allow
that.
Yeah. Mostly fog
Can
bit.
I ask a question? Because do you do that, when you do the fog bit, do you ask about other weird fetishes?
Yeah.
What's the
weirdest
fetish?
The weirdest fetish I've got on the tour? Yeah. My favourite one, it's probably not the weirdest, but I probably is though. Someone was just like, kebabs I was like, what?
Kebabs.
And I was like, what do you mean, like a fetish to eating kebabs? He goes, no. And then he explained it. It's this experience that you can pay for that's similar to like an escape room or a break room, right? Where you pay like $100 and you go into a place and you lay on a big human-sized piece of pita bread, and someone stands over you on a ladder and douses you in lettuce, cheese, lamb.
Wow.
You can do mixed, whatever you want. You can pick, right? And then they roll you up into a kebab. Like they roll you up for you, and then you become
a kebab.
The kebab or the burrito.
But what happens then? Do you just sit there going, yep, I'm a kebab. This
That's
is great.
the thing. That's I'm a kebab. And then what?
And is that when you come?
Well, that's
you know, like
so a lot of these fetishes, I don't understand that stuff like that.
A lot of them is
the
just
climax.
the
I don't get
But
that.
imagine if you could finish right. You just like slowly tugging one out. Imagine the cleanup. Because you know when you have like
sauce.
a
yes, it's like a garlic aioli.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Imagine, right? You know, like when you have like a real sad wank, and you're like, oh, what have I done? Like you watch something horrible, and you're like going to the toilet, and you feel like shit. You're like, Jesus, I'm the fucking devil, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but you're covered in lettuce.
It'd be terrible.
You have to
kebab mate. Kebab mate would be even worse. Like just
that'd be
you're
disgusting.
covered in
off your
garlic
face,
sauce.
you know,
You flick a bit of chili off your foot.
That post-nut clarity would hit hard if you were wrapped in a pita.
But then imagine being like, I'll see you next week. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That one's probably the weirdest one.